Okay, Flutter. Okay, today we're gonna learn how to lay out all these widgets on here. Right? Okay, in order to install Flutter, if you want to use, I'm on Linux right now, but if you want to use make Android apps, you have to have Android Studio installed. So you're gonna want to install this. We're gonna use Flutter Web today because it's just the easiest to have set up. It comes naturally with it, right? And then you install Flutter. It's on, like I said, I'm on Linux, so it's telling you install it with Snap, but no, you don't. That's not what I did. Where is it? You can download this right here and set your path, and you'll have Flutter. But once you got this installed, just go through the directions. If you're if you're trying to program, you probably know how to do this. Okay, and then what you want to do is Flutter Doctor. Okay, and it'll tell you if you have any problems. Bam, you'll see everything. You see that we have the Android tool chain, the Chrome tool chain, and whatever. And then when you want to create a project, or you can look at this as well and see if you have, because you're gonna have to install an emulator or set your phone up. Maybe I'll set up a phone in the future. All right, but so you put Flutter devices. All right, and this will tell you what you have connected right now. And you see right here, we have this Chrome web. That's what we're gonna use. And this is gonna be for making Linux desktop apps. Fun fact, going forward, Ubuntu is gonna be using Flutter to make all like its graphical, its GUI type apps or whatever, right? Okay. All right, so in order to create a new project, we do Flutter, create, tutorial. Okay, we run that. I've already run this and I've already got the tutorial set up, so we're just gonna go in there. We'll CD into tutorial. I didn't want it to go through doing all this installing. All right, so we're inside we're in Visual Studio Code, and we have the starter project set up right here, right? So what we're gonna do is Flutter run -D. The -D is for device, and we're going to say Chrome. Okay. All right. You see, it's bringing up our, this click project. Basically, bam, 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 bam. Okay. So we're going to use this as our starter right here, right? We're not gonna delete we're not gonna delete this stuff. You can see we got the run. You put the run app, and it's gonna call this my app, which is gonna be a stateless widget. Which this build method is where all the magic happens, right? Because it's gonna return a widget and it's gonna do its thing, right? And you're gonna return this material app. When we get over to getX, we're gonna change that, right? Because that seems like the most popular framework. Some people, we'll get in that later. I'll talk about that later, or talk about that in another video. Okay. And then you got your home page right here, right? Home page class right here, which is going to call this class, and this is what's actually going to build the widget, right? So look, you got this is a stateful widget, and you're creating your state. Okay, and this build method is where the magic's going to happen. So we're going to keep the scaffold here. That's what's going to put the nav bar. It's going to put this nav bar up here, and you can manipulate that as well, right? And you got the title here, and then the body. So this is what we're going to delete. Okay. All right. Let's just clean this up a little bit, so we don't have to see all these comments. Just and see what we got. We got that. Okay. All right. Well, we might as well just put our first widget. What's going to be center? Which this layout will just center in the middle of the screen. And you always have to put a child inside of a container. The center is a container, right? We're going to put placeholder. Placeholder widget. Okay. Now this should work. Alright, so we started, and you can see we have the placeholder in the center of the screen, right? But it's taking up all of the space it can, right? So here's what we're going to do. we're going to put this inside of, and here's a tip for when you have Visual Studio Code. If you click on the container or the widget, and you come over here and you click this light bulb, you can wrap the widget in a container. And in this case, we're going to wrap it in a sized box, right? Okay, so what this size box does is it allows you to declare the size of the widget, or how much space the widget can grow. So we'll just put in height, and let's just say 50. Or no, you know what? I did that backwards. Okay, so we're gonna put this inside of the size box. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna leave these bloopers in there. Size box, okay, because I want it in the center of the screen, but I want it to be a smaller size. So height, and we'll just say 50, and then width, we'll put 50 in there as well. Okay, so this should go in the middle of the screen and be 50 by 50. Okay, you see 50 by 50 in the center of the screen, right? Okay, and then what we can do is we can put this inside of a row. So we're gonna use that same little trick, and then we're gonna put this in a row. Okay, and you have to define children because you can put multiple widgets in here. Matter of fact, we'll just copy this widget just to kind of show. Okay, all right, and we'll restart it. You press R to restart the widget. You can see these two are next to each other, right? All right, so now what you're going to want to do is put them on. You want to be able to manipulate what side or where it's going, right? So we're going to put MainAxisAlignment in there. So MainAxisAlignment. We'll do center first, right? And this will put them to the center again, right? And let's restart this. And then bam, you see these two are in the center, right? Then we can do MainAxisAlignment. I believe it's .end. Yeah, .end. And then we can go, let's restart it. And it'll put it on this side, as you see, right? Okay. And let me see what the space evenly thing does. Space evenly. I'm just trying this on the fly. Okay, see, we got them spaced evenly, but that's pretty much how you lay things out. And you can lay them, you can put these in rows and make it go down a page, right? So or not rows, but columns. So now we're gonna wrap this in a column, right? Okay, let's put this over here. Come on, come up, light bulb. Now we're gonna put this in a column, okay? Okay, now it's gonna format. You're also gonna use the children here, right? And it's going to, you can make multiple of these, so we'll just keep making, we'll make another row. Okay, all right, now let's see what that does. It's going to give you 2 rows. See, 2 rows side by side. Put some space in between there. We can do the same widget we used before, size box. Then we can put height. Let's put it 50, so we can put some space in between there. You're just gonna go down you're pretty much just gonna go down the page making rows and columns. Okay, you see we have 50 space in between there, right? All right, when you put it in this rows, this cross-axis alignment isn't gonna work. We'll do that with containers. But for now, let's take this off. Let's take all this stuff out. Okay. All right. So now you can see. Hold on, let me put this at start. Shit. Okay, I made a little mistake here, right? So it's not cross-axis alignment, it's main-axis alignment. Okay, So now, yeah, this will put this to the bottom. And now we can put this to the center. Bring it to the center. And then to bring it to the top, we just put start. Okay, so that's how we got this going. Okay, now we're going to use containers to position the elements, right? So like I said, we can do this easy like we used to it, and we just put here, click the light bulb, and put it inside of a container, right? All right, now with a container, you can put it to each side that you want. Okay, so we put alignment, and this is an alignment. Come on, alignment, and we'll put this to the center. Okay, let's see what we got here. You see, put both of them to the center. I don't know why I did that. I think this is okay. I'll put both of them to the center. I guess it's lapping over. All right, let me and I'm gonna make another container here. You can, basically a container is basically, if you know anything about web development, it's a div, right? You can position things inside the div, right? So now we'll do another alignment, and we'll put alignment that we'll just put center right, and you can put them in different areas of the box, right? And I'll show you how we do that in the next one, right, or in a second. Okay, so now we got this one going off to the right? Now what you can do is you can specify a height, because right now it's just gonna expand as far as it can, right? You can put it in the size box to limit that. So we'll just call this 300, right? And then we'll put this here. All right, and now we'll put this at the bottom right, so we can see the difference. You see it's at the bottom right corner, and then just to show you, we'll put this at the top right. Now you can see it's at the top right, and then you can put it in the center of this container as well. You see it's in the center of the container, right? Okay, and then the last one I want to show is the grid view, right? So with all these widgets, you'll be able to lay out anything anywhere you want on the screen. So let's take this column out, right? Now why does it keep doing that? I gotta get me a new trackball. One of y'all should send me a new trackball. Okay, so we're gonna put grid. Like, first off, you can get it over in the documentation. Create a grid list right here. All I did was, flutter grid list, but it's called the grid view, right? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna do grid view. Go down here, telesense is great. Count, bam. Cross axis count, we're gonna do 2, and then we'll put the children in here. And this will make this will go down all the way down the page. Placeholder, and we'll put, oh, come on now, all right, there we go. All right, we'll put 6 of these here, so we can see this pretty good. All right, we'll start R. So this will make a grid down the page. Okay, you can scroll. Guess not. Okay. Take off 2 of these. That wasn't part of what I wanted to show you, but we got to go down the page. Okay, and when you want to lay these things out a little bit, you can use that container. We'll just do it on one of these just so you can see. So container, and then we'll make we'll put padding in there, because it's gonna, whatever you put inside here is gonna fill the space. So we'll put padding, and you have to use edge insets. And I like to use all because it's going to be even all the way around, and we'll make it 30 all the way around. Right, you see it padded around this one right here. We can do that for all of them, but that pretty much concludes what I wanted to show on laying out. With those widgets, you'll be able to lay out stuff just about any way you can. Stay tuned. I'm gonna come up and do some GetX, and we're gonna lay out put some projects together. So stay tuned, and thank you for your time and attention.